and there is more comedy up next, and I'm not even sure that the person, Aideen, you do know that. So I am full of admiration for anyone who has a rap name, and Aideen Mcqueen has that name. It's just like made for rap. Aideen has, I don't know if you're familiar with her yet, but she has toured this country and the UK, and on her bio it says she has supported comedians such as Ardal O'Hanlon. I don't think it's that way around, hon. I actually don't think it's that way around. So big round of applause for Aideen.
Thank you so much. That's great, and thanks very much for inviting me, Yvonne. Give it up for Yvonne.
Yeah.
Give it up for Lent. I'll very rarely be able to use that joke. Anyway, my name is Aideen. I'm here to do a bit of comedy. If you're laughing, it's comedy, and if you're not laughing, let's just call it spoken word, okay? That's the rules. I want to talk about how I'm a bit of a lazy and disorganised person. Are there any lazy people here? Give us a cheer. Yay! That's very good, but the truly lazy amongst us wouldn't have made that much effort, to be honest. But I keep losing stuff. I've slid into this shit now. The chain on the glasses. I think I'm getting away with it on a hipster level. But a 23-year-old called me Madame today. In Super Value. So I don't think so. You know you're lazy if you outsleep the sleep. Does anyone know what that means? If you're lying there at night and you're bursting to go to the toilet, but you're like, no, I'm going to sleep this one out. I'm not going to succumb. I don't have to do that Shackleton-like expedition over cold tiles towards the toilet. And then your bladder gets so inflated that it's like a Victorian children's football. Also, I just throw everything into my bra, the whore's pocket, as my ex-boyfriend used to call it. Once or twice when I undressed in front of him, money would just gush out. Once I lost 50 quid in his room. I'm like the opposite of a prostitute. But nothing makes me feel more lazy and disorganised than when I read women's magazines. They're so ambitious, the things that I expect. Like I read an article there in Cosmo, and it said if you wanted to have the amazing career of your dreams, you had to combine the two favourite aspects of your career. But I don't know how I'm going to make a decent living from scrolling Facebook while going to the toilet. Once I went to the toilet and I forgot my phone. Did anyone do that? Such a waste of life. And even the names of women's magazines, they're so exhausting. It's like Glamour, Bella, Best, Bitch, wow! You know? So I've decided I'm going to start my own magazine for lazy Irish women. And it'll just be called Sure It'll Be Grand. Every week on the cover will be Susan Boyle. In a onesie. Eating Nutella from the jar. And you'll have stories like careers. 5 illnesses with no symptoms that you can fool your boss into getting a day off work with. Exercise. Stretch and strengthen your legs by pausing Netflix with your foot. And sex. Get your man to tie you up in the bedroom. He'll think you're being kinky, but actually, you can just lie there and do fuck all. 2 women clapping a lot there. That is the clap that I want. But I mean, my ex-boyfriend, he was always trying to get me to dress up in the bedroom. Once he asked me to dress up as the teacher, which is an average kind of a fantasy. The only problem was that at the time, I was actually working as a teacher. And he was like, not one of those sexy teachers, Aideen. Which is very annoying. I think men have this fantasy that teachers after school were just waiting there with pencil skirts in our little rooms saying things like, oh, thanks for coming in, Mr. Murphy. Oh, no. Your son hasn't been naughty. But I have. To be fair now, I did want him to get dressed up as well. I used to want him to get dressed up as a cowboy. That's kind of sexy. or a policeman, or a bouncer, or the manager of McDonald's. It wasn't even sexual, I just wanted him to get a second job. So anyway, you said I had a rap name, which is pretty cool. I never thought about it before. I was really into hip hop when I was a teenager, and that really didn't allay with my feminist principles. You can probably tell I'm a feminist because of my fringe. And as a feminist, we need a fringe so we can do this. Oh, the patriarchy. But I would be there, 15, 16-year-old, and I'd be listening to things like, shake your ass!
Watch yourself.
Good, thank you. Shake your ass, show me what you're thinking about. But then I'd have to go and sing in the school choir, you know, nearer my God to me. But that song, Shake Your Ass by Mystical, it's very troubling actually when I listened to it recently. The first line goes, I'm not going to do the voice anymore. I'm going to come in here with my dick in my hands. That's not very nice, is it? Surely he could think of something better. Maybe flowers. Or a packet of Jacob's cream crackers, that thing. And my dick in my hands. How massive is your dick? That you need 2 hands to carry this lumbering beast into my life. Rap artists are constantly bragging about the size of their penis. Even Childish Gambino, who's a really cool artist, he recently had a lyric there that says, an elephant never forgets. My dick remembers everything. I know. Like what can women brag about to be equivalent? Probably pussy tightness. So I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think about something like, my pussy's so tight, it plays the bagpipes. It's Scottish. Yeah. Okay, that's my work. They can't all be winners. Irish traditional music, though, very little reference to penis size. I would say 40% killing the British, 40% drinking, and then 20% drinking about killing the British. But I was thinking that should be changed, so I've written my own song, traditional Irish song, about my large penis. So I want a bit of wished now as if we were in a session. Oh, my name is Seamus McGrath. I'm the biggest Mickey in the county Armagh. And what do I do with the Mickey so stout? I use it as a rod and I push the bricks out. Diddly-lie, diddly-oh, I'm the big Mickey-o. That's going to be heard in a Christy Moore album soon. So do I have time for a few more jokes?
Yeah.
Okay, right, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was, so I got broken up with 4 weeks ago. Thank you, Panto crowd, I needed that. But the thing about being broken up with, after the initial horrific crying and intravenous chocolate consumption, it gives you kind of a burst of energy. Do you know, you feel so much motivation. Like, the doctor could tell you that you had high blood pressure and you needed to jog 10 miles a day and you wouldn't do it. But if the doctor told you that he wanted to see other people, you'd be out there every week, you know? So I've done a lot of things, like normally I'm lazy and disorganized, but it's kind of made me get my act together. Like, I've joined a support group for narcissists. I joined the gym. And I got hair extensions. This isn't really my hair, guys. This is actually 300 euros worth of Russian hair. I'm now so middle class that I'm outsourcing my hair growth to a Ukrainian 15-year-old teenager. And I also got a makeover, and the girl who did it was in Mac, and she was really nice, but she did the makeup like she would do it. So she put all my features about 2 centimeters above where they should be. And it was like masking tape for eyebrows. And at the the end, I looked at myself and I started crying, and I just reminded myself of Cubist Pablo Picasso's Leaping Woman. And my sister said to me, listen, Aideen, you're spending all this money on your external self, but maybe you should have a look inside, you know? Because, no offence, but you're fun. You're great crack, men love you. You don't play hard to get, but you do play hard to be with. And she does have a point. She does have a point. Like on my Twitter or my Tinder feed, it says I'm spontaneous. But spontaneous, let's face it, it's just code for I will turn up at your house at 2:45 a.m. wearing one shoe and drinking vodka from the other. And men love spontaneous women at first. Like when I was got with my ex first, I'd get into the bedroom with him, we'd be drinking, I'd tear my clothes off, I'd throw them on the ground, I'd lep into bed, all my makeup on. The next day the sheets looked like a Jackson Pollock. But after about a month he was like, Aideen, do you know what I find really sexy? Is if you come upstairs really quietly, take your clothes off carefully, fold them up and use a facial wipe. That is so hot. So my sister suggested I go to therapy. And at first I was dubious, but now I'm going and I'm trying to talk about it. Because people who go to the gym, they talk about going to the gym. You know, they say today I'm going to work on my back and shoulders. But I want to say today I'm going to work on my emotional issues with my dad. You know? Because there's no point in being really toned if I'm a fucking red flag up here, is there? And people who go to the gym wear t-shirts that say things like, just do it, or feel the burn. But people who go to therapy should wear t-shirts like, just do it, once you've considered all the consequences responsibly. I still miss my ex though, and I'll end on this. So my sister advised me to make a list when I got lonely of all the little things. Do you know, those little quirks that annoyed me about him. And guess what, guys? I brought that list here today. What a coincidence. So it's very short, because he was pretty sad actually. His name was Juan. That wasn't a reason why I didn't like it. Don't be racist against Spanish people. Right, number one reason why Juan was a bit of a dick. He used to use cotton buds to clean his ears. But he would use the same side of the cotton bud to clean this ear and this ear. That's not cleaning the ears, that's just a wax transplant. Number two, he had a cat from his previous girlfriend. And the cat hated me. Like, I prefer dogs. Dogs are cool. Do you know that dogs can reach the intelligence level of a 6-year-old child? But this cat had the intelligence level of a 56-year-old divorced woman who didn't give a fuck. Then the cat got cancer. Stay on my side. And they cut the cat's ears off. I mean, what is a cat with no ears? Just a very arrogant otter. And lastly, he had really good English, but there was little kind of quirks, things that he didn't get quite right. And sometimes when we were on hacer l'amor, or as we say in Ireland, riding, he used to warn me about his climax by saying, Aideen, I arrived. He arrived, I didn't arrive. It was like making love to a Spanish Thomas the Tank Engine. Thanks very much, I've been reading.